the Virtual Beauty Bar, and in today's episode of In the Hot Seat, we have the lovely Amber from CoppaFeel. So, if you weren't already aware, CoppaFeel is one of Avon's charity partners, and Amber is going to be giving us some statistics about what Avon have raised for CoppaFeel, what is CoppaFeel. So, sit back and relax, grab a cuppa. Or if you're out on a walk delivering your brochures, plug us in with your earphones. And without further ado, Amber, welcome to In the Hot Seat. Are you ready?
I'm so excited. I'm ready. So Amber, before we kind of get going about CoppaFeel, we'd love to hear a little bit more about you and your role with CoppaFeel, if you wouldn't mind.
Sure. So I am a partnerships manager at CoppaFeel. So that basically means that I sit within our fundraising team and I look after all of the kind of amazing companies and people within those companies who do kind of chest checking, awareness and fundraising for us. And part of that role, well, really big part of that role is looking after our amazing partnership with Avon. And it brings me to lots of exciting places, including this podcast today. So yeah, great to be here. Thank you again.
Perfect. Thank you very much. So can you tell us how long Avon have been raising money for CoppaFeel and how that maybe came about, if you know that?
Sure. So Avon started funding CoppaFeel and working with us in 2017. So quite a long time ago, because we're quite a new charity. We've only been around since 2009. So that actually meant that I think Avon were the first ever company to give us a proper grant, which is massive. And Avon's kind of been part of the family since then. And we've done loads of amazing stuff. So yeah, Avon's still one of our biggest partners, and we're super grateful for all of their support.
Perfect. And how much has Avon raised over the years for CoppaFeel?
So pretty big year last year because we hit our 1 million mark, which is
Wow.
Yeah, that is such a game-changing amount of money, especially because we're not a massive charity. Like, we are still relatively small, so that amount of money has been really, really game-changing for us. It's meant that we've been able to fund so much stuff. So it helped us fund our self-checkout, which I can talk a bit more about.
Sure.
It's helped us fund our volunteer bee vets. It's helped us fund training platforms, loads of awareness materials. So yeah, that is an astronomical amount.
So can you give everybody a little bit of an overview about the CoppaFeel charity?
Of course, yeah. So CoppaFeel are the first and only UK youth-focused breast cancer awareness charity. So we basically exist to try and make sure that all young people across the UK are checking their chest and also knowing the signs and symptoms of breast cancer. And the reason we do that is because we know that if you get a breast cancer diagnosis early, your chances of survival are way, way higher. The treatments are way, way more effective, and you just stand a much better chance of surviving the disease. So yeah, so we've kind of exist in various different spaces. We try and exist in spaces that young people exist in, so schools, colleges, and we also try and work with companies like Avon to get the message out there and to get people to tell their sisters, their aunties, their daughters, their friends about how important it is to check your chest. 1 in 7 women in the UK will get breast cancer in their lifetime. It's the most common cancer for women under 40, which a lot of people just don't know. So yeah, we're just trying to get the message out as much as we can. We want to educate everybody on the signs and symptoms of breast cancer. We want to encourage them to check their chest every single month. And then we also want to empower them to go to the doctor if they find something that doesn't feel normal for them. Because I think we especially know as women, often we feel like we're going to get dismissed or we don't want to waste someone's time. So a big kind of part of what we do is around empowerment, which obviously really fits in well with what Avon do in terms of empowering their people as well. So yeah, it's a busy old job, and there's still lots more to be done, but we love to do it. And we try and not make it too serious as well. Obviously breast cancer is a very serious subject, but we try and make our messaging accessible and kind of fun, just to encourage people to make that behavior change.
Yeah, because I suppose we think, don't we, it's only going to happen and affect people who are older. I had a routine mammogram a year ago, and they found something, and I had to go back, ended up having a biopsy, and it is quite traumatic, and the doctor said you would never have found it had it not have been for the biopsy, you know, for having the mammogram. But young people just think it's not going to happen to them. They don't realize, more recently, the girl from Strictly, her name's just gone out my head.
Amy Dowden.
Amy Dowden, didn't she do the walk recently for CoppaFeel? You know, you'd never think somebody so fit, it was going to happen to them. So I think what you're doing in raising awareness and the resources that you make available to us as reps, I've got a couple here for anyone who is watching, and these are free as well, aren't they, these resources?
Exactly. So on our website, you can order them, and we've got fundraising packs and awareness packs. And within them, it has stuff like, as you say, our checking card that you just showed up. So that's got all of our signs and symptoms on the back. It's got a text code that you can text. So if you text Boob Crew, no, sorry, Avon Crew either, to 82228, then you can get a monthly reminder text to you, remind you to check your chest every month, and that's something that Avon reps can give to their customers as well. We have loads of leaflets that you can give to your customers. We have loads of fundraising ideas within those packs. So yeah, I'd really encourage everyone to go on our website, because there's just loads out there that we can support with. And what happens quite a lot as well is we get reps coming to us and saying, look, say I'm going to give all of my commission over October, which is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, to CoppaFeel. Could you just give me loads of checking cards, and then I can put them in all my orders? And that's something that we can do as well. Like, we can be a bit more bespoke about it, depending on what reps are doing as well.
I actually went onto the website coincidentally last night and ordered my fundraising pack, because I'm thinking way ahead of time here. But for actually Christmas, I always put on an event for my customers, where we can kind of see Christmas products and touch and feel them and what have you. And I really want a table out with the charity, basically the charity table. So I actually only ordered my fundraising pack last night, and I just want to say how easy it was to order as well. Like, it was really, really straightforward. So if you do want to do any sort of fundraising, it is dead easy, isn't it, to order that. It's literally simple tick boxes. So yeah, so mine is on the way, hopefully winging its way to me. Ready for December.
Yeah, I was inspired to do something. My first fundraiser for CoppaFeel was, well, when unfortunately your founder, Chris, passed away in May, you know, reading her story, because I didn't really know it until I started seeing it being shared, and I went on your website and I thought, gosh, you know, she's made it her life work to try and make everybody aware of this. So unfortunately I can't gallop over mountains due to a dodgy knee. So I thought, what can I do? And I've always wanted to dye my hair pink. So it's the remnants are in now. We're a little bit far. We're I don't know how long we are now away from, probably about 3 weeks. So
yeah.
I set up a Just Giving page, which was very easy. I connected it to directly to your charity, and I think in the end I only raised about £208. But you know what? If it pays for resources or it pays for something, then I feel like, well, that's worth it. But more importantly, what it did do was it created conversation starters, people asking me, because my hair's like white, it's grey, you know, so it was bonkers, wasn't it, when I did it, Amy?
It was very bright pink.
It was quite shocking. So for a lot of people are like, what are you doing? What have you done? And then I think I was not expecting those conversations with people, making people aware of it. So I think doing that, I'm actually pleased I did do it more so for the conversations with people. So yeah, It was, like I say, it was very easy to set up with Just Giving, and I got a little certificate as well. But somebody sent me one through Instagram. She messaged me, the girl, because I tagged them in my story and my post, and she sent me over. But I hadn't finished raising the money, so she sent me a certificate over, and then I raised another £100. So bless her. So yeah, there's lots you can do, isn't there?
And I think as well, you say, oh, it was just £200, but that is still a massive amount. Like so that text reminder service that I was telling you about, we know that so many people don't check because they just forget. So we know that is like reminding people to check, and that is ultimately saving lives. But just a £1 sends 40 of those text messages. So your £200, I can't do maths. I'm not very good at maths, but that is a lot of people who could like receive our message. So every penny really does count. And as you say, even if you just got, say, £10, but you're having those conversations, and then those people who heard about you might like have a conversation as well, and it's just that kind of domino effect, and that kind of power of community to get our message out is massive. So yeah, anything that anyone does, we're always championing, because it's just, yeah, it's huge for us.
That is incredible. I mean, so apart from the text messaging, say that's, what did you say, 40 text messages cost £1, was that? What other things can CoppaFeel offer, or what have you, to representatives or everyday people? So like you say, the text messaging. I noticed also on the website as well that a sticker can go in the shower on how to check and things like that.
So we've got shower stickers and shower hangers. I've actually got the shower hanger here today for those of you watching the video. So again, they've got all of our signs and symptoms on the back of the shower hanger, and on the front it says, guys, girls, non-binary pals, you've got to feel yourself. So it's just a quick reminder if you're in the shower, because again, it's all about creating that habit kind of in your life. Like, you don't want to have to go out of the way. Does it work for you if you do it in the shower, in the bath, just before you go to bed? So it's creating those little reminders around your life and how it works for you. So yeah, reps can order the shower stickers and the shower hangers online. We've also got an online tool called the self-checkout that I mentioned earlier. So that's basically a kind of digital tool. It's on Avon's website, actually. If you go to Avon's Breast Cancer Promise website, there's a link to it. And basically, it's an online tool that talks you through how to check, because a lot of people are quite nervous when they first check. They don't know how to do it. Generally, we say that there's no right or wrong way to check. The most important thing is that you're just getting to know what's normal for you. But that being said, the self-checkout kind of talks you through it. It asks you if it's your first time checking, if you've done it before, and then it tells you to do stuff like, it's really important to check all the way up to your collarbone and under your armpits as well. A lot of people think it's just the boobs, but actually we have breast tissue, all the way up to our collarbone and under our armpits. So it tells you stuff like that. It kind of reminds you of the signs and symptoms of breast cancer. So it's a really nice, kind of easy to use tool that can talk reps and their customers and their friends, family through how to do it. So that's a really good one as well. I guess another thing on the fundraising element, in terms of how you can integrate it into, as you say, like existing stuff that reps are doing already. We have these things called the products that give back that reps might be aware of anyway. So we have a really beautiful collection of breast cancer awareness products. So this year, again, for those of you who are watching, we've got a really cute kind of with the amazing branding. We've got new for this year a really, really beautiful little bracelet with like a little breast cancer emblem on, and there's also a really gorgeous necklace this year as well. So it's a breast cancer gold necklace, and it's got a little pink gem in. And 100% of the profits from those products go to Avon's Breast Cancer Promise. So that's 70% to CoppaFeel and Look Good Feel Better, who are another amazing charity doing really cool things in the breast cancer space. And then 30% goes on Avon's charitable activation. So you could buy a body lotion and all of that money is just going to do really good stuff. And it's kind of a nice one to sell to customers as well, because everyone loves a purchase that feels good, kind of in terms of the product, but also that you're giving back as well. So yeah, there's definitely one to push when they're online. And also during October, we'll have loads of other products that will kind of benefit CoppaFeel and look good, feel better as well. So again, a really nice way that you can kind of easily integrate it into what reps do without it feeling like a super kind of big thing. It's something that you can do kind of in your day-to-day as well.
I'm going to jump in here and talk about something else, and it's my glasses, because I got them from Asda, and they're actually CoppaFeel glasses. So I've gone into Asda to get some new ones, and I thought they're actually quite nice, and I thought they're quite Avon colours, and they were on a separate stand, and I couldn't believe it when I saw them, and they were so reasonable. And I think I might actually go back and get myself another pair. And I get so many compliments off people. And I was talking to the lady in Asda. I think I'd gone back not long ago with my husband to get some glasses for him. And I said to her, do you know what? I get so many compliments off these. And she was saying how they have the signs up in their staff rooms, and they're a big advocate of this charity as well.
Yeah, exactly. So we have a few companies who are really generous and do that sort of thing for us. And I guess it's a really good example of how when we partner with a company like Avon or Asda, it's so much more than just the fundraising, because as you say, we're getting into the spaces where the reps are. So for example, we were at the rep conference this year. We do kind of like webinars for Avon associates. So, and getting into speaking to all of that community as well is massive for us. And that we have people who email us and say, oh yeah, I found out about CoppaFeel through my workplace, and I found a lump and it was breast cancer, and I've now started treatment. So we know that kind of having that awareness part of it really works well as well. But yeah, we're very lucky to have lots of amazing brands support us.
Amazing.
So
tell us some other things that reps are doing or have done. We know about one of the business development specialists, Steph, who recently did the Brecon Beacons. So tell us some other interesting things that people do to raise money.
Oh, so yeah, as you say, our CoppaFeel treks are amazing. And if anyone wants to sign up to one, we actually still have space on our September trek. So that's another trek with G Fletcher, who's amazing. So yeah, I'd really encourage reps to sign up for that if they fancy a challenge. It's in the Peak District. Similarly, we have challenge events all year, so running events that people can sign up for and raise money. But yeah, in terms of fundraising ideas, I think what we always say is think about what's unique to you, and then you will have unique impact. So when I hear reps coming into my inbox, honestly, the variation of what people do is wild. So we had somebody a few months ago, it's quite recently, host a hot chili chip challenge at her club through Avon. And she raised over £1,000 from this hot chip chili challenge. I think she got loads of people involved. They all had the chip chili heat challenge off. It doesn't sound like something I'd be very good at, but it's a really good example of just a really random thing that had like massive impact. Similarly, we had someone recently who did a massive karaoke disco night at their local social club. That again raised loads and loads of money, because there's loads of kind of elements that you can add to it. So you could add, sometimes people do kind of Avon goodie bags, and then we'll sell them for a bit of a donation to CoppaFeel. There's kind of all sorts that people do, but yeah, we really love really random stuff. A lot of people do boob brunches for us, so they'll have little boob cakes, and that into kind of a customer event that they're doing anyway. So yeah, we've got loads of ideas, and on the fundraising pack that people can order online, there's actually a QR code to a virtual pack, and on that there's like a whole list of ideas as well. So yeah, we've got loads of them, and I think the funner the better as well, because you're always going to get kind of more engagement from your customers if it's something a bit different and a bit fun and boob focused too. So yeah.
Brilliant.
Yeah, we've had lots of fun at the conference and different events that we go to where they've got the big boobs that you can kind of get in, and again, it's a great photo opportunity, you know, and also that creating some content that's bespoke to ourselves as well, and we've got that opportunity to have a voice and say, you know, that you know, what's happened to ourselves. I know also within my own family a while ago, a very, very close family member of mine had breast cancer. So it's very close to us all, isn't it? I think you don't realize, and it doesn't just affect women, does it?
Yeah, exactly. So 400 men a year in the UK get breast cancer. So, and we speak to a lot of men and they're like, that doesn't affect me. I think it was a point you were making about relevancy. We've got such a big job to do to make breast cancer feel relevant to everybody, so that everybody's checking themselves and going to the doctors if they find something that's not normal. And yeah, as you say, 400 men can get it, pregnant women can get it. There's so many different groups that aren't getting an early diagnosis because they just think that it's not going to affect them. So these sort of conversations are so important, and reps having those conversations with their customers, friends and family is so potentially life-saving as well. So yeah, we really appreciate any kind of awareness that anyone's doing.
Oh, fabulous. Thank you. Have you any more questions, Amy, that you'd like to ask Amber?
I don't think so. I mean, I'm just still kind of getting down from the cloud nine that we've raised £1 million for CoppaFeel over the time that being charity partners. I think that's just an absolutely incredible amount. And it doesn't stop there, does it? So yeah, no, I think that is everything from my side of things.
Perfect. Well, thank you so much for coming on today, Amber, and enlightening some of our reps and us especially. We've learned quite a lot today about CoppaFeel. If anyone is interested to learn more, you can either head over to, I suppose you're on all social channels. Tell us how people can engage and find you. Tell us everywhere that you are.
We are on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook. So if you search, our handle is CoppaFeel. So if you give us a Google, we're on all of the main social media platforms. We've got a website with loads more resources as well. And yeah, I just really encourage everyone to go to our self-checkout and go through that and have their kind of first check through the self-checkout, because it could be life-saving. And yeah, share it with all your family and friends as well.
Perfect, thank you. And the website is called coppafeel.org. So you can head over there, and there are loads of resources on there as well. Quite a lot of free. I don't know, do you pay for any, or how does it work?
So up to a limit, it's all free.
Perfect. So there is absolutely loads on the website. Go over, head over there. I'll pop some links in the caption below, so you can go and follow them on Instagram and have a little look about everything we've been talking about today. So once again, thank you very much for being our very first charity guest partner. And thank you very much, everyone. We hope you really enjoyed it, and we'll catch you next time. Thank you. Bye.